This is a Mining Interactive video production.
Thank you for joining us. This is mininginteractive.com. I'm your host, Denise Poole, and today we are speaking with Mark Saxon from Mawson Resources. How are you today, Mark?
Hi, Denise. Good to be here.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
No problems.
Now, recently I had the pleasure of interviewing Michael Hudson, the president and CEO of Mawson Resources, and from what I understand, your partner for many years.
Mike and I have known each other for a long time, and in fact we went to university together. Mike a little older than me, but not by too much. And we went through a large company and we spent some time together there, and ended up, we decided to do our own thing, and yeah, Mawson Resources was the result of that.
So that's how your relationship was developed?
That's right, yes, yeah, we've survived for 15 years now.
Now, just to update our viewers, how have things been progressing over the past 12 months in your company?
The past 12 months have been very busy for Mawson, and we've had the most active field season that we've had for the life of the company, and we're now purely a uranium company, and most of our work is now directed towards that, the uranium programs in Sweden. In the last 12 months we have discovered a few new projects that we've put out press releases about. We're very pleased with that, particularly in the Hutagan district. We've got our Hutagan projects ready for drilling, and drilling is now underway. And we've got a very good regional data set now that we use to plan all of our future work.
So the drilling is underway in Sweden. How is that coming along?
Drilling is going very well. We started that in late November, and we now have 2 drill rigs on site.
Wonderful.
At our Klavibecken project. And that is to follow up on the resource which has been drilled out previously, try to get some extensions to that, and also pick up some new targets that we identified during the summer season, and put in some real virgin exploration targets that we're really hopeful for, and how they'll come up. We're very excited about those. So we now have been drilling for about 1 month, and we have 5 holes finished.
So when can we expect to see the first results from these programs?
The core has been cut and dispatched. Yeah, as most people know, the turnarounds are quite slow, and so yeah, maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks I would hope that we'll see something.
Oh, that's very soon.
Not too long.
So any news from Spain or Finland projects?
In both countries we are waiting for permitting to come through. Both countries we have now put together our regional data sets and our advanced projects there. We are compiling the information for 43101 statements on those projects. In Finland, the Nortiavi project I would hope will be granted within the next 6 months, and Spain about the similar timing for our first licences down there.
So with these projects specifically, how do you see them developing over the next few years? Is it going to go
the Nortiavi project in Finland will become a drilling project quite soon. We have a resource there, a small uranium resource, and we'll be doing some confirmatory drilling on that, and expanding the resource with some extra drilling. Our Spanish projects, we have some very large programs planned for that. We'll start with radiometrics and magnetics surveys as soon as our licences are granted, and then moving on to drilling quite quickly.
So we've heard the positive news here in Canada that the UK is recommitting to nuclear power. How is the situation evolving in Sweden?
That's right, Denise. It's been good news out of the UK just recently that they're going to recommit to nuclear power, and in fact we're seeing quite similar things in Sweden. Mawson's been in Sweden looking for uranium for about 2 years now, and we've seen some very large changes in that time, both on the local level and on the regional political level. And in fact, just recently one of the coalition parties has made a very strong statement towards recommitting to nuclear power and potentially building new reactors and supporting that. So we're very pleased to see that, and we also see the flow through of that in the local communities where people are now supportive of our exploration activities. So we're very pleased with how that's gone.
Now, on another topic, I understand that personnel and support services are in high demand globally in the mining industry. So is Mawson's work being affected by the shortage in Europe?
It's a global shortage, and it's a real limitation on a lot of companies. I know that a lot of companies can't get their work done because of the limitation on personnel and drill rigs, and the time it takes to get assays through laboratories. Mawson is very well supported, I'm happy to say, and we have a great team in Sweden. We have a small team in Finland and a good team down there in Spain, and that is adequate to cover for the work that we need to do, and I'm very pleased with the guys we've got there.
Now, one last question for our viewers who are wondering, do you have the funding that you need to complete your programs for the next year?
Sure, not much happens without money, and I'm very pleased to say that Mawson is well funded. We have about almost $16 million in the bank, and so we have the money to do the programs for the coming 12 months, no problems at all.
Excellent. Well, that is the latest news from Mawson Resources. It's clear that you guys are doing very well. I want to congratulate you on a stellar performance in the industry. As I get to interview both you and your partner, I am certainly developing a better appreciation for uranium and the nuclear power, nuclear energy industry. So thank you very much, Mark, for being with us today.
Thanks very much.
It was wonderful speaking with you. If you want more information on the company, you can visit MawsonResources.com. For MiningInteractive.com, I'm Denise Poole.